Hey there, fellow tech enthusiasts. Ever stared at your OnePlus 8T, its screen refusing to cooperate, leaving you with a lifeless brick? It's a sinking feeling, but fear not. This guide will equip you with the knowledge to resurrect your device. We'll embark on a journey into the world of flashing stock ROM, a process that might seem daunting, but I promise, it's simpler than you think. Unbricking, in essence, is like reinstalling your phone's operating system, giving it a fresh start. This process comes to the rescue when your phone decides to throw a tantrum after a software update gone wrong, or maybe you tinkered with custom ROMs and ended up in a boot loop. Whatever the reason, we've got your back. Think of flashing stock ROM as hitting the reset button on your OnePlus 8T. It wipes the slate clean, restoring it to its former glory. By the end of this guide, you'll be a certified phone reviver, ready to tackle any brick device that dares to cross your path. So, grab your OnePlus 8T, fire up your computer, and let's dive into the world of unbricking. Before we embark on our unbricking adventure, we need to equip ourselves with the right tools. The first tool in our arsenal is the Android SDK platform tools. Think of this as our toolbox, containing the essential utilities to communicate with our OnePlus 8T. Head over to the official Android developer website and locate the SDK platform tools download section. Choose the version compatible with your operating system, Windows, macOS, or Linux. Once downloaded, extract the contents of the zip file to a location that's easy to remember, like your desktop. Next up, we need to grab the USB drivers for your OnePlus 8T. These drivers act as translators, allowing your computer to understand and communicate with your phone. You can usually find them on the OnePlus website under the Support or Download section. Download and install the drivers on your computer. With these tools in hand, we're ready to establish a connection between your computer and your OnePlus 8T. Now let's enable USB debugging on your OnePlus 8T. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. USB debugging is like opening a secure communication channel between your phone and computer, allowing us to send commands and transfer files. First, we need to unlock developer options on your phone. Go to Settings, About Phone, and tap on the build number 7 times. You should see a message saying you are now a developer. Now head back to Settings and you'll find a new option called Developer Options. Tap on it and inside you'll see a toggle for USB debugging. Enable it. A pop-up message might appear asking you to confirm the action. Don't worry, it's just your phone being cautious. Go ahead and confirm and voila, you've successfully enabled USB debugging. With USB debugging enabled, we're ready to enter Fast Boot Mode, a special boot mode that allows us to modify your phone's system partition. This is where the magic of unbricking happens. First, power off your OnePlus 8T completely. Once it's off, press and hold the volume down and power buttons simultaneously. Hold these buttons for about 10 seconds and you'll be greeted by the Fast Boot Mode screen. The Fast Boot Mode screen might vary slightly depending on your phone's model, but it typically displays information like your phone's bootloader version and device state. You'll notice a message at the bottom saying Fast Boot Mode. This indicates that you've successfully entered Fast Boot Mode and your phone is now ready to receive commands from your computer. Section 5. Verifying the connection. Ensuring a smooth flashing process. Now that our OnePlus 8T is patiently waiting in Fast Boot Mode, let's connect it to your computer using a USB cable. This is where the drivers we installed earlier come into play. Once connected, navigate to the directory where you extracted the Android SDK platform tools. Open a command prompt or terminal window on your computer. To verify that your computer recognizes your phone, type the following command and press Fastboot Devices, then press Enter. If the connection is successful, you'll see a series of characters and letters followed by the word Fastboot. This indicates that your computer and your OnePlus 8T are on speaking terms, ready for the next step. If you don't see your device listed, double-check the USB connection, ensure USB debugging is enabled, and try reinstalling the OnePlus drivers. A successful connection is crucial for a smooth flashing process. Section 6. Oxygen OS, downloading your phone's lifeline. With the connection established, it's time to download the Oxygen OS firmware for your OnePlus 8T. Make sure you download the correct region's firmware. The stock firmware is what will be flashing onto your phone. Head over to the official OnePlus website and navigate to the Support or Download section. Look for the software update or firmware download subsection, and locate the firmware for your specific OnePlus 8T model. Make sure you download the correct firmware for your region and variant. Just saying that again. Once downloaded, extract the contents of the zip file and locate the msm.exe file. Right-click on it and open it with administrator privileges, and wait for the tool to load. It's crucial to download the firmware from a trusted source like the official OnePlus website to avoid any corrupted or malicious files. Using the correct firmware ensures that your phone is restored to a stable and functional state. Section 7. RAM check, knowing your phone's memory type. Before we proceed with the flashing process, we need to determine the type of RAM your OnePlus 8T has. This is crucial because there are different firmware versions for LPDDR4 and LPDDR5 RAM types. The easiest way to find this information is by checking your phone's original box or the About Phone section in your phone settings. Look for the RAM or memory specification. If it doesn't specify the type, you can use a third-party app like CPU-Z or Device Info HW to identify the RAM type. Once you've confirmed the RAM type, make sure you've downloaded the corresponding Oxygen OS firmware the OnePlus website. Using the incorrect firmware version for your RAM type can lead to flashing errors and potentially brick your phone further. Section 8. Automatic flashing, the easy way out. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, flashing the Oxygen OS firmware onto your OnePlus 8T. This section will guide you through the automatic flashing process, which is the easiest and most straightforward method. First, shut your phone completely down. Let it sit for a few seconds after the screen goes black, to ensure everything is off. The tool should have loaded by this point. In the Users tab, go under Others. Don't worry about a password, go to the bottom of the login window and start the tool. You should have one end of a USB connected to your PC. On the phone, press and hold the volume up and volume down buttons and hook the other end of the USB to the phone. Wait for the sound when your PC picks up the phone, then click the enum button, then click Start. The flashing process will take a couple minutes, so sit back, relax, and let the tool do its magic. Section 9. Manual flashing, for the control freaks. If you prefer a more hands-on approach, or if the MSM tool doesn't work for some reason, you can manually flash the firmware using individual fastboot commands. Open a command prompt or terminal window and navigate to the directory where you extracted the Android SDK platform tools and the ROM files. Now type the following commands one by one, pressing Enter after each: fastboot flash system, system.mg, fastboot flashboot, boot.mg, fastboot flash recovery, recovery.mg, fastboot flash user data, userdata.mg, and fastboot flash cache, cache.mg. These commands flash the system, boot, recovery, user data, and cache partitions of your OnePlus 8T. Section 10. First boot and updates, breathing life back into your OnePlus 8T. Congratulations! You've successfully flashed firmware onto your OnePlus 8T. Now, it's time to boot up your device and bask in the glory of a resurrected phone. Disconnect your phone from the computer, it will power on when the MSM is done. The first boot might take a while, sometimes up to 10 to 15 minutes as the phone rebuilds its settings and caches. Once it boots up, you'll be greeted by the initial setup screen just like a brand new phone. After setting up your phone, it's highly recommended to check for system updates to ensure you have the latest software version installed. Go to Settings, then System, and System Updates, and tap on Check for Updates. Keeping your phone's software up to date is crucial for security enhancements, bug fixes, and new features. You can also use the Oxygen Updater app or the Firmware Flasher tool for more convenient update options. Section 11. MSM Flash Tool, the ultimate rescue option, a deeper dive. In rare cases, if the above methods fail to unbrick your OnePlus 8T, you can resort to the MSM Flash Tool. This tool is a more advanced option that requires a deeper understanding of partitions and flashing procedures. The MSM Flash Tool is a Qualcomm-based flashing tool that can be used to flash stock firmware on Qualcomm devices, including the OnePlus 8T. It's a powerful tool that can potentially revive your phone even in the most dire situations. You can find download links for the MSM Flash Tool and detailed usage instructions on various XDA developers forums and other online communities. Always back up your important data before attempting any flashing procedure. Remember, flashing your phone involves risks, and it's essential to proceed with caution and follow the instructions carefully.